Hey there, and happy Tuesday. So it's a beautiful day here, and I hope you're enjoying your day as well. So with the beautiful sunshine, it's making my flowers like bloom and be happy, and the rest of the week looks like it's gonna rain, which will also make my flowers happy, even if it doesn't make me happy. But I'm a farmer's wife. It makes the crops happy, so that should make me happy as well. So what I'm bringing you is, speaking of flowers, some cute, quick, and easy projects using the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. And I love like bright paper when it's just easy to pair up with a fun stamp set, and it makes quick and easy projects. And so that's what I'm here to show you. And this was like the sixth project out of the 6 that I was doing for different classes, and I just kind of mixed and matched different papers and bases and mats and different things to coordinate with the different papers, and it'll make sense as I go along. But when I was prepping, thank you, Elizabeth, when I was prepping for my classes, some of my projects were a little bit putzier, took a little bit of time, and maybe weren't so time consuming, but you kind of had to think through it. So as I was looking at what I had already laid out for my class, I thought, you know what, it's time to just kind of sneak in one of those quick and easy cards. So this is one of them, and people like love the quick and easy because then they think through like, okay, I can do this with so many of my other things that I have at home too, and sometimes we just need that reminder. All right, so let me get my camera turned here for you, and you'll see the supplies I'm going to be using here on my desk for you as well. Let's see. And just kind of zoom it in a little bit is what I meant to say and do, but it seemed like it just really took off. I feel like it shows so much of the mess, and I kind of just want you guys to see the actual actual products. Okay, so here is a couple of the cards made with the Florals in Bloom. That's going to be like the front and center thing that I'm going to be working with and kind of highlighting. Also the With You in Mind stamp set. So With You in Mind is still hanging around. It came out in the mini the beginning of this year, and it's still around, and I hope it sticks around for a long time, just because like these are some of the sentiments that we like to use quite a bit of the time. So I'm always grabbing for this one, like, hey, where's that stamp set? I just want to put this on the inside or the outside, or even for graduation, I was reaching for this star for different things. I love just this little sprig of greenery that you can add, and who doesn't like adding a heart here or there? And a lot of times some of these images I'm using as a stamp off, like I'll ink it up with my ink pad and then stamp it off on some scratch paper and then add it to my project as well. So With You in Mind is a really nice stamp set. It's a standalone stamp set, and it's really nice for that. Hello there, Sharon. Thanks for joining in. All right, so let me show you, because we have this sweet sale going on, I just kind of want to once again explain how that works. So in the annual catalog, the paper that I'm showing you is part of a suite collection called Florals in Bloom here, and it's on pages 40, starting on page 40. Let's just put it that way. I just want to make sure. Oh, okay, sidetrack. This is my squirrel moment. So on Friday, I had the grandkids, and we went off chasing a hot air balloon that happened to just show up in our area. Like, that's like unheard of basically around here. And so before that, I had been bringing my husband supper out to the field. And so the kids, each the 2 oldest ones out of the three, grabbed my catalogs that I always have like in my seat pocket in my vehicle. And Weston said, Grandma, there's bingo. You can actually play bingo in your catalog. So I thought that was so cute, how excited he got about the bingo card on page 38, the catalog. So that's my squirrel moment. So anyway, okay, so starting on page 40, we have the Florals in Bloom suite. Now with the suite sale, you could buy this whole suite for like $122.50. And then you would get everything that is on the next couple of pages. 2 bundles, these 2 full bundles, the embellishments and the paper. And let's see. Yes, I was just making sure. A lot of times there's ribbon, not always, but So yeah, you would be getting 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, and then the flat pearls and the Florals in Bloom. Yep, just double checking that. So if you had, say, another whole suite collection that you had your eye on, you could get that for half price. That is how the suite sale works. But for those of you that go, you know, I'm not after that big of an item. What if you think after today's video, oh, I just love this paper, and honestly, like I do, and the other thing I'm loving is the 2025 through 2027 in color flat pearls. So these are our latest in colors. Actually, this one's open so you can see better. So we've got the Secret Sea, the Cloud Cover, the Timid Tiger, the Darling Duckling, and Strawberry Slush here. Beautiful colors, separate, together, mixed and matched. So if you go, you know what, I love it, I was going to place an order anyway. Well, say you put this paper in, you would be getting this for half price. So how fun. So it is on anything, not just full suites, even though it can be full suites, anything that is in a suite. And I didn't even get these bundles yet anyway, because I thought, you know what, I could use this or swap it out and use that Wishing You, the Wishing bundle that kind of has the same layout with the dies. And part of me wants to get this, these dies in French, because the lovely actually in French is translated to Belle. And so it's like, how fun would that be to have dies with my name on it? So anyway, so that is how the sale works. So you can get full suites, buy one, get one half off, or even anything to do with the suite. So say you wanted these 2 bundles, you could get one of the bundles, pay full price, get the second bundle for half off. So that is how that works. So if you're thinking, yeah, buy one, get one half off suites, but I just want one suite, well, look at the different things that make up a suite and see how you want to get those at the half off to kind of use that savvy tip for your shopping. So anyway, enough about that, but I'm just trying to help people like explain how the sale works. All right, so now back to this paper. This paper is so pretty, you guys. Florals in Bloom. Hi there, Lois. Thanks for jumping in. So I've had this be kind of the highlight for different cards for different classes. And I don't think I've used this yet, but I'm loving like the bright yellows in here, especially as we move a little bit more into summer. It just makes it seem like sunnier. This made for a fun class card, and so this turned into this, and so my colors here are Secret Sea and the Blackberry Bliss. So how fun to kind of use some darker colors to really make the greenery pop with that. And then we've got I'm trying to think if this is, no, this isn't what or is it? Yeah. Nope. I was going to say, is this what I'm using today? This, I think, was at a different class, too. And then there is this. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I feel like this was what I'm using today, but I'm not seeing some of the blue flowers. Oh, here, that's why. These two, I feel like, can look, depending on what's cut out, these flowers can kind of look like some of these. That's why. Some of them do look very similar. That, and then we've got this. And then for the back sides, we've got just fun, like small little flowers using some purple. You guys know I love stripes and anything that's a blue tone. And then this is just really fun too. I thought that could be fun to use with the new turtle products. And I love just this random pattern with the oranges and yellows together. And then this I love too, because you guys know I love Secret Sea. In fact, my granddaughter said, Grandma, could you make me this card that's shown here in your book? And I could, because that was that Secret Sea pattern that she had found on a page, and I thought that's kind of fun. So today is quick and easy, right? And so let me get started with the card. So as I cut down for these cards, so you can see this is the one pattern I showed you. And then the other one that I didn't show you has some more of the peach pie cloud cover. And I'm thinking it is Summer Splash. I could look at the back, but anyway, so you can see that. So I just pulled out cloud cover and peach pie for the two colors that I wanted to use for that. And that's where the base came into play. And the next layer, the peach pie. So we had that going with that. So you can see that. Hello there, Sherry. Good to see you. So I'm going to go a different route so that you guys can see some more color use. I'm still going to stick with the cloud cover for my card base. Let me get my bone folder here. And then I thought it would be fun to use some of the peach pie here as well, because that is going to be some of the flowers that I'm using in my layout. So I'm going to just take this piece here, which is cut 3.75 by 5, and then my my mat, the next layer up, is 4 by 5 1/4. So often I'll cut this the 4 by 5 1/4, but because this is going to be on there, I'm kind of doing a double mat onto the base, so that's how that makes sense today. So I'm just going to put this down here, and yeah, it's almost hard to use up this because this is so fun. So I'm going to put this on top just with some adhesive, and then before I put this on my card here, I'm going to show you some ribbon options. So the first natural ribbon option might be to pull out the cloud cover, the faux linen ribbon, and so this comes in all of the 5 new in colors, and I don't know if you can kind of see, there's kind of a linen, but it's kind of stiffer than our linen, so it's really, really pretty. So that might make a good option, and here's what it looks like on this card here with a cloud cover. And then another option could be if you wanted to pull in some pink. I love bringing in some of our retired products when they match, and I like seeing people go, ooh, I really like that Blackberry Bliss. And boy, do people rave over our Blackberry Bliss ribbon options when we have them. So a lot of people use Blackberry Bliss with this because of how it matched up with the cardstock. And the bubble bath, this is retired. It was a 3-pack. It just, I think, left the online store too. So I'm always trying to like find options for classes, because people love having the choices, and a lot of times they're already thinking of the card that they're making for somebody and know that that person's favorite color might be exactly what I have, even though it's maybe something that they can't buy. Another thing that I was fooled by myself recently is the silver and white sheer ribbon. So the inside's white and then the outsides are sparkly silver. This is beautiful because it is sheer. It's so pretty. I think I'm going to put that on here just so you can see the difference. This is on the last chance list in the store right now, and so it's marked down, reduced price. And with that, I was looking through my ribbon choices for, I think it was this class, trying to think like, okay, what if I don't have enough of the Blackberry Bliss, or the white. I had some white ribbon, and I think I did bring that as a choice, but I thought if that felt too heavy, what could be a lighter, you know, more elegant option? And I saw this in the store, and as I was typing up my class list of what to pack or whatever, here I had it tucked away in my things that I had already retired, and come to find out that what was in there was already, or was still available and marked down at a reduced price. And so that's always a fun thing, to get something pretty reduced. And for me it was fun because that meant it was still available. So of course, what did I do? I bought some more. Okay, and so so that wraps around there, and it hardly takes away from any of the floral pretty paper either, because it is sheer. I'm always trying to scoot this over a little bit too, so that we get all the adhesive where we can, right down to these edges, because when we have ribbon, sometimes it wants to, here's an example, kind of pop up on the corner a little bit. So I always want to make sure I have my ribbon or my adhesive really close to the edges behind that ribbon. So now this is ready to be put down, and then the rest of the card comes together super quick. So from that stamp set with you in mind, I chose thinking of you and happy birthday. Those were the two sentiments I had laid out, and I thought you could use them as I had it, which was happy birthday on the front, thinking of you in the middle, like I'll do. But I thought, well, sometimes people like to just make a thinking of you, which then they could put that on the front and then sneak the or I mean, just put the inside in without sneaking the thinking of you on the inside. All right, so let's pull out this happy birthday. These are pretty large sentiments here. So I'm going to take my happy birthday, ink that up in Secret C here. And yes, you guys like to know measurements, so let me tell you the measurements here. This is 1.75 by 3 1/4. So 1.75, 3 1/4. And then I'm going to back that with Secret C. And that measurement then is 2 by 3 1/2. And I'm doing a double pop here. So I'm going to take and flip that over here quick and put some dimensionals here. I'm strategically placing them in a triangle, and it'll make sense here in a bit. So as I put this on the next matting here, that's a 1/4 inch larger, then I'm going to feel, and I'm like, oh, the dimensionals are here, here, and here. So I am going to put the next double pop layer of dimensionals on the opposite corners. So it's still popping up each layer, but as it wants to go through the mail system, it's not going to be as bulky, but you can still see a nice lift from the card, which kind of gives it some dimension, and you'll see another nice layer of lift off of that, but kind of spongy enough where, like I said, it's not going to add an incredible amount of bulk going through our system. And now this is where we can pull out these beautiful flat pearls, like I said, 2025 through 2027 new in colors. And here, like I thought, okay, let's go with cloud cover. Here I wanted to go with Secret C. And now here we have lots of choices because there's just so many options showing out of that. And so I think I'm going to actually do the Timid Tiger, because that's going to pull in a little bit more of this peach color. And that's showing there. And then we've kind of got that outside, even though it's not the peach pie, it's still going to kind of pull that orange together. And that's what I love about Stampin' Up! Products, is how they can coordinate, because all of those colors just go together so well, like they're always meant to be. And so I'm going to dot the I with the smallest. I kind of just went right up this, because there's 3 different sizes, went right up and put the large, medium, and small on there like so. No right or wrong way where you place them at all, though. Now for the inside, whenever I can, I like to, after cutting out these pieces, I like to be able to use up some of those extra scraps. So what I did is cut this 4 inches by 3/4 inches. And then that, I'm going to grab my standard inside size, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back side of this on the edge. Normally I would do my stamping first, but I'm going to just hope that it gets lined up the way I want it to be for stamping. But I'm putting this down first. I'm just checking to make sure there's no edges hanging over. So that way I know where I've got for space left over for the thinking of you. So now I can just stamp that down. And that takes up a nice amount. So if you're a person that says, oh, I love these large images because I'm not much for writing a bunch in a card, this is a great stamp set for you too. Because sometimes you just want to kind of add your name and not have to say a lot. And so this just kind of leaves you with just enough room kind of for that. You can squeeze in your signature, maybe a little bit of an extra note. But I just love the pop of that dark ink and how that's coordinating with a few of those corner flowers here, edge flowers that way. And then so we're seeing the cloud cover coordinate that way, and then that with that, and it just kind of follows through that floral theme. Super quick, super easy. And like I said, so now we've got this look, and then the different more peach cloud cover look, and then we've got the darker tones here, all from that floral Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. So like I said, if you're loving the paper, you could get that for your regular price item and then pop in the embellishments for half price. Or if you're thinking like whole suite or some of the bundles, consider that this month during the sale that's going on. So the bundle sale will be going on all month. So we until June 30th to kind of make our wish list and make that happen. Or if you're like me, sometimes you order designer series paper or embellishments at the beginning of the sale because you're so excited, and then the excitement continues on, and then you use it up, and you are so thankful that there's still days left of the sale, so then you order again before the sale ends. Is it just me, or do you guys do that too? All right, so thanks so much for joining in. I don't have a scheduled next video yet. It'll depend on how much I get cleaned up for my last classes and get supplies put away for that. And then I'm going to start working on my next in-person class for Worthington Stamp Camp. And I still have spots available for that, but my numbers are higher than usual also, which makes me super excited that I'm doing some summer classes. So take care. Have a fun rest of your evening. Bye-bye.